April 9th, 1927.
Do you have a story you want to tell about your birthday?
Well, I got no story about birthday.
Well, how you might have two.
Huh?
How you might have two birthdays?
Oh. No, I guess we'll skip that.
Okay, we can skip that one. You are very religious. Was religion a big part of your life growing up as a kid?
When I was a kid, not quite so religious now.
Did you go to church every Sunday?
Yeah, I tried to.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
Right now,
Like when you were younger?
I've had 2 brothers and 4 sisters.
I didn't realize your family was so big.
Well, my 2 brothers are gone. One of my sisters are gone. There's only me and 3 sisters left.
You guys grow up. What town did you live in?
Irisburg.
Your whole life you've lived in Irisburg?
Yeah, until I moved here.
Okay, so you just told me about where all of your siblings and where you lived growing up. Have you always lived on a farm?
Yep, all my life.
Was that your dad's farm that you worked on? Or did you...
Well, I work on my dad's farm, and then I work for myself since 1949. That's a long time ago, isn't it?
It's a pretty long time ago. When did you meet my meme? What year was it when you met my meme?
In 1948.
So you had the farm already?
Yeah. And we get married in 1950, October 2nd, 1950.
Where did you meet her?
I met her through my sister. She was very friend with Teresa. I said to myself, hey, she don't look bad. That's how it started. I've been going out with her since then. Way up to a year ago.
How soon after was my Aunt Lucille born?
Lucille was born August 1951. About 10 months after we got married. So we're close, eh?
And then you had Aunt Denise? The next one?
Joanne.
Joanne.
And she was born about 2 years later. Denise about 2 years later. After that. All of them.
About 2 years apart?
It's about 2 years and a half.
So how many? You have 8 kids, right?
Yeah.
And they're all girls.
Yeah.
How was it like growing up with 9 girls in the house?
Well, that was not all that bad. I was a dairy farmer. My time was spent pretty much in the barn. So when I come home for supper, most of the time when they were small, they were in bed.
What was it like when they were bigger teenagers? Dealing with...
That was a little bit tougher. They went out. They had a curfew, 10 o'clock, they had to be home. No later than 10:30.
Who did the
A
punishing?
lot of them cheat.
They cheated the system? What is the biggest difference between your life as a teenager, early 20s, and now my life as early 20s?
The biggest difference at my time, we didn't have no money. Now you girls get everything.
That's true.
We get by with $4 or $5 a week.
What would $4 or $5 get you now?
Yeah, $4 or $5 just don't even buy the beer. A lot of difference. It's not comparable.
It's not. During the time when you were growing up, was there a lot of drug use around here?
It was what?
Drugs.
No, drug was not. I don't say there wasn't any, but we didn't have any.
No. And what would you say, race-wise, like black, white, Hispanic?
Well, we're all French Canadian people from Canada, this area.
Mhm.
And most of them were dairy farmers. Now there's only a few farmers left.
Mhm.
When I started farming, we were about 80 farmers in town of Harrisburg. When I quit, there was probably around 10.
Well.
But those of us left was much bigger.
Yeah.
Instead of having 25, 30 cows, they had 85 to 100, and some of them 500, some of them 1,000.
Well.
So that's the biggest difference. But there is as many cows today in Vermont there was way back in 1945 or whatever.
What was school like back when you were in school?
Well, I went my first 6 years in one room schoolhouse, one teacher for 6 grades.
What was that like?
So it was, well, the teacher didn't have much time to spend with us, but in my last 2 years I went to the St. Paul's Convent. And that was it for me. I didn't go to high school.
You went up till 8th grade, right?
Yeah, graduated from 8th grade and call it quit.
Looking back on it now, do you wish you would have gone to school for longer?
Yes.
Do you wish you would have gone to college or just high school?
Well, high school and all.
Yeah.
I was a farmer, he needed help on the farm. So he said, we'll give you the work and give you $3 or $4 a week or whatever.
Mhm.
Jesus, sometime I didn't even have that.
Yeah.
There wasn't no money floating.
What made you decide you wanted to be a farmer as well?
Well, it was about the only thing I didn't have much of education.
Mhm.
So farming, you don't need much knowledge as long as you get experience.
Mhm.
I went by that.
Yeah.
According to the neighbors I had, I was a above average farmer. I made a living out of it. The kids went to school, some of them high school, all of them college, some of them. But my days, there's only about 40% went to high school.
Right. I think that was the most important thing that has ever happened to you. What was like the most life-changing thing? Can you think of anything?
Well, I think the biggest change I had was in 1950 when I got married.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was, you know, farming was poor. We didn't make no money, but I had to work in the woods in order to make ends meet.
Mm-hmm.
But we survived. And the first 10 years, I think we had 4 or 5 kids.
As a kid, did you think this is where you would be as a grown man?
Do what?
Did you think like this is where your life would be? Were you expecting anything different?
Not really. I went with the rest of them around me.
Mm-hmm.
We were all in the same boat. Nobody had money, so we didn't spend money. Didn't have it. But we survived. I was able to eat 3 times a day. My father was a farmer, so we had a big garden. We raised most half of the vegetables for the year, more than half. My mother used to can a lot of it, and we had our own beef and pork and chicken, so we didn't have to buy any of that. Things like that.
What number are you in the kids? Are you like the oldest or the youngest?
I was the oldest.
You're the oldest?
The oldest one. And Angie was the oldest one in her family.
That's weird.
I got married in 1950. Within 1 year, 5 of us got married in the family.
That's a big number.
By the time we got married to the next October, there's 5 of us younger than me get married. Clean up the old man completely.
Did you have a big wedding?
No. I didn't have a big wedding because my brother got married 2 weeks later. We had a get together. Yeah, we did have a big wedding. 2 weeks later after I got married. And my brother got married that day. I think it was October 21st.
What was your favorite thing to do as a kid?
Well, I used to hunt a little bit. With a 22 shooting squirrels. And crows sometimes. Not that much. Killed an owl one time, but that was against the law and I didn't even know it. I almost get put in jail if they would have found out about it.
Right.
But get away with it.
you do.
And life is not all that bad.
I like that. All right, that's what. Thank you, Pepe, for sitting here with me. I know it wasn't easy.
There was a lot that in between. But that's stressful things.
If I need it.
Take a few small vacation weekends. And I took, when I retired for good, we took 1 month off. We took off with my brother-in-law in a camper. We were gone for 33 days. We visited, I think we said 18 different states, way down to Tennessee.
Jeez. Was that the biggest vacation you've ever been on?
Yeah, that was the biggest one.
Just you and Mame?
Well, I went up with my brother-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
So we were gone for 30 some odd days. Came back home, get rested up a little bit. It was more tiresome to be on vacation. Go here, go there. Mm-hmm. After a while, everything looked alike to me. From one city to the other, no difference. So I didn't really care about that. The first couple of weeks was nice. Mm-hmm. But after that, I was anxious to come back home. Mm-hmm. As simple as that. Home is home. And I've been like that ever since. Never too much. Took small vacation weekend, that's about it. What keeps me going is because I get a fairly decent health. Oh boy, get sick once in a while, but right now my legs are bothering me, but could be a lot worse. Mm-hmm. I'm still able to walk. I might have to use a cane once in a while. I just watch my steps so I don't trip and fall down, because if I do fall, I get a hard time getting up. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I just try to stay on my feet. After all, I'm 86, going pretty quick, I'm going to be 87. But overall, it's been a good life.
You would say it was successful?
Yeah, we had some fun. We all had some, we lost some good friends by car accident or other things. Mm-hmm. But I'm very friendly with all my neighbors. They come up here every now and then. Mm-hmm. So that's no big thing. Because now I'm very friendly with Carl up here. He's a black boy, but he's a hell of a nice guy. So the race don't bother me a bit.
Good.
There's a lot of other things in between, but they don't just come to my mind right now.
Yeah.
I got some good neighbors, always have. And most of them, if you're in trouble, they help you.
Yep, they do.
So like the Royers over here, for one thing, when I was farming, they helped me a lot. When I had a tractor problem or whatever, something broke down or something, they come up here and let me use their machine. Because everybody was doing that way back then, but you don't see that today too much.
No, it was a much closer community.
And, but still, I live in a good neighborhood. Everybody helped himself. Give me a hand doing this, doing that. If I get a problem, especially about Jenny, you'll come up in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And the Royers, nothing wrong with the Royers. They say when I was farming, they helped me a lot. So when I was haying, something broke down, they come down and finish up what I had going. Yep. Really good. As I get into all this, they come up here too, like Denise this morning, like Fern Tangoy was here at the time. She was doing the washing. She washed my sheets. He said, boy, he said, you're lucky to have your girls do different things. While her, she's here on Monday, brings me up a hot meal. And take care of, I forgot what kind of, I guess, what if that clothes is it dry, you think?
The clothes out there?
Yeah.
I can take them off the line if you want.